Brothers and sisters, what's happening? Salute! You alive and breathing. Guess what? We are back to conquer another day, another year, and another decade. And, salute and honor to current subscribers, new subscribers, anybody that view. I appreciate you. We got to be thankful, and not get so wrapped up in our own little, we're doing this for a greater cause, That's why I honor thy ancestors, those who fought hard, brother or sisters that were generals with the least amount of tools to get many of us, those who are righteous and real to the pit of the soul, to get many of us in that great divine place and space that we are in, as well as our families. And can't play with this positive force, this life, especially if we're influencing and we are speaking to those looking abroad, because people aren't stupid anymore. Not everybody dumb. We got some that maybe haven't awakened, or we don't know if they will. I always say everybody's different, brother or sister. Some of us reach a space of awareness sooner than others, but let's hope it's not too late, but it's really not never too late. But, we have to put in the energy, put in the effort, and listen to that great divine voice that's where deep within, that higher supreme being. When sometimes if we're not humble, God will humble us. We better be humble or God will humble us. That higher supreme being. That's why I got that at the beginning of this title. Because when I say God, I don't mean just, I think of a force that, like the definition of higher supreme being, it's a force that none of us can see. We'll never, as I said on probably a podcast ago, maybe last week or so, I talked about how that power, we'll never know. We couldn't handle it. If we just say we actually did meet God, which is, utterly impossible. But let's say we did, we wouldn't be able to handle it. We would probably have a heart attack. That's how powerful it is, because look at how some individuals act that we see abroad, and it can be anywhere, not just celebs on social media, especially social media, because it's like small time fame. You get a little TV action. It's like your own TV program, and some appreciate it, some lose themselves in it, and that's when God will humble you. Like I say, you better be humble or God will humble you, because you can't go against that greater higher force. And when things happen to us, when we're putting out the wrong energy, can't be surprised. I'm gonna give an example, like calling someone out their name for no reason. This is just an example, and this brother or sister, disrespectfully. I mean, what do you think? That's the type of energy that's going to come back. We got to work on staying with, some of us that are teaching and activists and reaching, because we got those that mean well out there. But unfortunately, some lose their way and get wrapped up in their own hype. And that's a dangerous place to be. We got to be humble sometimes, because we don't, those that's not paying attention of the energy that they are putting out, and this brother or sister, God will sit your ass down, because God will show us that higher supreme being will show us that it has that power. It will sit our ass down, because, it's a lot of great influencers out here, real talk. I've come across many. I'm talking about online, beautiful brother or sister that really do mean well. Then on the flip side, of course, you have those that, some might bring good truth, but the wrong things within. That's the thing. You can speak truth, but if you're still harboring that wrong shit within, what will happen, brothers and sisters? It will pop out. That's why it's so important to work deep within. I don't care how influential we become or how powerful we become, or money or any of this status that has nothing to do with that great divine, because great divine will give us that status, will give us that fame. Sometimes we got to wait on it. We got to listen to it. But when we're wrapped up in our own hype, we won't listen to that supreme being voice within, because all melanated brothers and sisters, we have a divine ability within. Don't lose our way if we're influencing or wherever we at. We do get a little bit of maybe some money or something material or something new, maybe something nobody else has. Appreciate that gift or that blessing or that blessing, whatever that is. Because if you don't, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Great divine will sit your ass down, make you shut up and think. And if you don't listen, if you don't listen and you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, remember this for me too now. I've been through this transformation too. That guy to keep on showing you and showing you and showing you until you what? Probably transition. Then you'll transition with that thing that you never worked on your whole life, And being in denial is the worst thing one can do. I don't care where we are, what status we are. Being in denial is definitely a hindrance. Because I was thinking this morning when I was meditating. It's a thin line between being conceited and confident. It's a big difference. And if you have been studying discernment and your discernment is pretty strong, brother or sister, you'll know when one is being conceited or confident, because you'll have that connection to a teacher. And like Eddie Griffin, I always use Eddie Griffin quotes. He has the best quotes sometimes, as well as a lot of brothers and sisters. But like Eddie Griffin said, truth is like rain. Don't give a fuck who it fall on. And that's me and anybody. So that's why we should just be right to begin with. And it don't always have to be this deep spiritual thing or super intelligent person. Just start with the right heart. That's all the great divine wants. That's all the higher supreme being wants. It's all God wants, is to start with the right heart. That puts a smile on God's face. And that's why you always see me, and I forgot to say, welcome to another Nature Universe podcast. That's why I always put, the universe or nature on my banner. Again, like you always hear me say, this is what you will see. Because this is where I keep my thinking. I want my thinking. I want to be up there. I want to be parallel with that God. I respect it. And I show it. I respect it every day. That's what we got to do, brothers and sisters. Wake up fired up in the morning. Say, thank you, great divine, for waking me up. Because sometimes we get attacks too. And we have to tell that divine, that wasn't my thought. Deflect unwanted negative thoughts into my mind. Because sometimes they can come from social media, TV, whatever we were thinking before we went to sleep. We have to be fierce on our thinking, our psychological wars. We got to be fierce and learn from those abroad. Hopefully they'll learn. Hopefully those that are making mistakes on social media and so on and so forth, hopefully they will learn. If they don't, God's going to sit them down, make them shut up, make them be humble, because that's who has to say overall. 3 things that has to say: great divine, Mother Nature, Father Time. No one can outrun Father Time. So don't waste time being on drama time. Be on divine time, not man's time or our time. Have some grace. Know when we make a mistake. Know when we're wrong. I'm talking about me too now. And that's when we have grown. Be an example, even when it's not easy, to accept a mistake we might made or an error we made in our character or something. That's what builds us, brothers and sisters. And that's when we're being humble. And that great divine will bless us and bless us, make us even stronger. Because it's not about how we feel or what people feel. It's about doing the right thing when it's hard not to, and staying and not forgetting. I always say this is what centers me, and this is what should center all of us. Never forget what started us on this revolution in the first place, this cause. Everybody got different ways of teaching, different ways of speaking, like I said, different ideologies, but it all comes down to one thing. If we don't be humble in some areas of our lives, God will humble us, period. You know what I'm saying? Greater supreme being. That's why I like saying it like that. I actually looked it up, what God is, and that was the definition: a higher supreme being. That is neither he or she. It's a being that none of us can see. It's the most powerful thing that some of us will get to experience, because if you ain't in that space, you can't experience it. If you're caught up in your own hype and and likes and subscribes and views, and you're judging people off their views and how many subscribers they got and following all this stupid shit that don't mean nothing. You know, we gotta look at what the higher supreme being allowed this gift for. It was for to give those who maybe didn't have a voice before have a voice now. But some of us get lost, and you know, a lot of us start off right, and then we get mixed up in the bad part of social media, the fame and the attention, and get a little cocky. And not all, I'm talking about the ones that do this now. I'm not talking about the righteous brothers and sisters, because I know the righteous ones. You know, I've learned from many. But that's why I say, brothers and sisters, observing can be your best friend, because observing a lot of things keep us from what? Not jumping off of our impulses. You know, like I say, when we're caught up in the web, in attention, and you know, I'm this and I'm cocky, and we're not humbling ourselves, God will humble us. And it's not a matter of if, as I said, it's a matter of when. We all have humble moments in our lives. Some listen, some don't. Again, just take a look abroad. Social media, politics, celebs, those who didn't listen to that higher supreme voice deep within. But those who are standing firm, that are righteous, we listen to that voice, don't we? And we talk to it on a daily. That's why I say, we wake up in the morning, say thank you, great divine. Or if you say God, or you say higher power, or that, you know, but it's like I said, it all leads to the same thing at the end of the day, no matter what name we put on it. And again, as I say, we really can't label something that powerful. You know, some try to outrun it, think they can override it. You can't go around it. You can't go above it, under it. We got to go what, brothers and sisters? Through it to get to it. Real talk. That's how the great divine works. It works through us. You know what I'm saying? When a lot of times we in control of our body from inside to the shell of our body. But stuff on the outside, we can't control. That's why it's important to conquer our psychological wars within, because we can only control our inner space. We can't control that outer, you know, outside of our body. You know, it's like stepping out of your house after, you know, in the morning when you go out that door. We can control everything. We can control everything in that household. But the moment we step out that door, that's when we have to have that guard up, that shield up, and not just against others, for ourselves. Because again, as we all say, we can be our own worst enemy. That's why you hear me say from time to time, I call down protection from that great divine for ourselves, from ourselves. And the from ourselves is most important, because we pay attention to ourselves and impulses and instincts and how we are, and you know, we'll maintain our energy. But you know, thinking we cocky and I, you know, like I say, I cuss and stuff too sometimes, but I don't, you know, I just convey it different. You know, I probably shouldn't cuss at all, you know, but I'm just being honest. I cuss too. I don't ever want to come off like I'm this super sedity brother, and I'm holier and up and right. And no, I cuss and do a lot of things, you know, in this human body, but I humble myself too in areas. I will never, you know, get to a place where I'm cocky or think I know everything. That's when we are caught up, and we do see some of this in some influencers on social media. Not all, but some. And a lot of us know who they are. Like I say, people in comments, chat rooms, people are not dumb anymore. So if you know, if you're faking it to make it, I feel sorry for you. It's gonna be all what you're wasting your time. Why waste time? You know. Just be real, and if we, like I said, we make an error, make a mistake, you know, show accountability for it, you know, and get back on board, you know, and remember this cause, this revolution, and stay focused, you know, don't get caught up in the fame and the attention and subscribers and views. You know, I've graduated. I've gotten, like I said before, I've graduated. I've been over the social media matrix, you know, because Great Divine has set me down and shut me up. You know, I say this from time to time. When that higher supreme being tells me to speak, I speak. When the higher supreme being tells me to shut up, I shut up. I listen to that divine voice now. Keeps you out of trouble, you know? So we can't be surprised. Like the example I gave, like calling somebody out their name. I'm talking about for no reason, if they ain't done nothing to you. Okay, that's negative energy. That's we gotta love thy brother, love thy sister, love thy mother, love thy father, and love thy child the best way we can, unless they're a threat to your body. But if nobody's really done nothing to you, just out disrespecting somebody, that's negative energy. So of course negative energy is going to come back. So don't be surprised if a person reacts a certain kind of way. So a lot of times it's not right, but you have to be ready for the consequences when you like ultimate disrespect. I mean, I'm talking about real disrespect where you just devaluing a person, especially if they haven't done anything to you. Just an example. This could be social media. I'm kind of speaking on social media because I see what goes on too. Like, y'all know how I do. I talk in code. I do it strategically. I don't say names or nothing like that because of respect. We got to carry that honor and respect. And we got to be humble in some areas. It don't mean we soft. It just means we understand. Once we understand who we are, we don't have no self-esteem problems. We won't think being humble is weak. That's part of being a man or woman, brother or sister. That's mature. Again, you can be young and be mature. Because as we see, we got a lot of adults that's our adolescents out here. And I don't know what the hell's going on. This social media is making some adults crazy. So God is going to humble them. If they don't be humble, God is going to humble them. The higher supreme being. Man, that's why I say, and I say it every morning. I used to say it every other morning, but now I say it every morning. Thank you, divine, for waking me up. Deflect negative thoughts that try to enter one's mind. Because again, a lot of us wake up inspired in the morning, but a lot of times we get attacked too, don't we? Because those that are connected, they have a divine connection to God. I mean, a real connection. As I said, most of us wake up between the hours of, I said 2 to 6, but I would say between 2 and 7 that we wake up. Those are the pivotal times of our lives, because that's when it's the most, that's when it's the most quiet. That's when God can speak to us, because everyone sleeps, but not everyone listens, does it? But those who are divinely connected and or chosen, those are the hours that we connect. That's why we wake up so inspired to speak and reach others, because that's what we're supposed to do. Great divine doesn't give us divine abilities. We cultivate it and practice it and make sure it's good before we convey it. But it gives us gifts to share to others, because we need generals, right? So that's why we pass good energy to others and don't disrespect. If someone is toxic or whatever, unless it's harmful or a threat to you, pay it no mind. Let that great divine deal with them, and calling brothers bees, and it's ridiculous. And we got to stick to the cause. Don't get lost. Don't let this social media matrix make us crazy. Real talk. And just be humble when we need to be, and appreciate that higher supreme being. Because again, if we don't be humble in certain areas, especially if we're influencing, think that great divine's gonna play with us? That great divine will humble us and sit us down. Real talk, because I've been there. Great God, the real God, don't play. So, like I say, wake up every morning and say, thank you, great divine, for waking me up, breathing life into me that I can do better today. Say that to yourself when you wake up, brothers and sisters, because we got to focus, like I say, focus on those psychological wars within. We got to be ready, because we can't control the outside, but we control we can control our inside, our inner, so we can be ready for the outer. So that's why we work on that deep divine spirit within. Please study our inner, study our impulses, our instincts, so we can stay sharp and be ready, and be the generals that all of us can be and are in this life, because I've seen them. So that's my positive thought. That's my real thought. And thank those for coming in to another edition of EBX Discussion. I was just feeling this in one spirit, felt like speaking. And thank you for coming to another Universe Nature podcast. And I'm just sitting in my living room chilling. And, Great Divine has blessed me to have the money to get a big screen. And on my big screen, I usually have, a video of nature. So, it relaxes me. That's something you can do too when you wake up in the morning. Listen to some relaxing. I call it chill hop. You can look it up. It's called chill hop. That be on YouTube. Music like that, jazz. Watch nature videos because they have music playing on it too. They have music while you can look at nature, and it just relaxes you. If you studying or something or you meditating, play some relaxing music. Anything to soothe the soul, to keep it cleansed. Because when we think, we can detect things, and just stay on top of things when we meditate deeply. You know what I'm saying? And be humble. So God don't have to humble us. You know what I'm saying? But God will humble us. Real talk. The real God will humble us. So stay great and be the righteous brothers and sisters that we all want to be. And we all are. And that's in my family too. So I honor my family. I honor your family. I honor my children, their mothers, brothers and sisters all over the world. Please keep that ultimate peace in your part of the world, wherever you are, right now. Salute.